Hi, welcome back. So where we left off, the river was coming up, and that was only in the first week. Um, it pushed me out of my spot, and I had to go looking around for a new spot to go play for a couple days and wait. But that wasn't the only issues that we had in the first week. My boat was letting in a little bit of water since the beginning, and I wasn't quite sure what it was from, so I kind of had to babysit my boat for the first 2 weeks and bilge pump it every 3 hours, and therefore I didn't get much sleep. And then, bringing my partner back across the river, um, we hit a stick in the middle of the river and it bent my prop. So that was an issue on probably day 5 or 6, I think. And I'll show a picture of the bent prop here. So after we got the wrong replacement for the prop on one day, he come back with the right one, and I really wish I had a cameraman sometimes for this stuff. I was on my way over to get the prop fixed, and he wasn't there yet, but I thought I would get there early, and my throttle cable came unattached when I was half speed going up the river. So being a new boat driver, I had to figure out how to dock a boat at half throttle. It was very interesting. I ended up pulling out the gas line, letting it run out, and paddling to shore, which is not something I recommend in the Fraser River. So that was interesting. Sure wish I got that on camera. And so we fixed the prop, got it back, and within probably 3 days, 4 days, I started having engine issues. By the end of week 2, the boat has been pulled out of the water, and I've been here waiting for a replacement and a ride, running low on supplies, but everything's good except for the weather. We're just gonna make it happen. So enjoy the rest of the video. We'll show you week 2 and leading up to my cook up and clean out, and yeah, here we go. Good morning. It's Sunday. Out doing a little prospecting this morning. Kind of stayed up all night panning, and before I start filling buckets, I want to do a little poking around here. And poking around turned out pretty good. I'm not too worried about the future a little bit. I found some areas. But what I'm going to do next is go up on top of that bench and look for a place to make winter camp. There's some shelter in the trees. Right around there looks pretty good. Nice little opening. I'm going to go up there and find an easy access point, first of all, and then camp from there. So, let's go take a look. Good, beautiful Monday morning. Sun's almost coming up over the hill. Got my first load almost washed. So, it's a good start to the day. Let's make it happen. What a beautiful day. Smoke's gone. Rain's gone. Now, it's cloudy. It'll be a beautiful day. Hello. So, my lunchtime clean out and weigh up was a little shy of my hopes. That's for sure. So, I'm kind of pressed to clean up the rest of my gold to improve that count right soon. So, I put all my concentrates into one bucket here, and I know a lot of people at home watching this video are gonna cringe. I would cringe if I seen the video, but I put my pump on low speed and I'm gonna use my high banker with no riffles, just the mats, and see if I can get my concentrates knocked down to a reasonable level so that I can pan them out real quickly. Couple of rocks on the mats here. Oh, I know a lot of people are just gonna laugh. Look at this. I'm telling you, it's gonna work. It's better than nothing. And it has to be done. And when something has to be done, it gets done. That's it. Right? No excuses. Because excuses are only excuses. Make it happen. See you soon. Well, as nervous as this is making me, it seems to be working out pretty good so far. I'm not overloading it. And I keep checking my tailings every once in a while. So far, I've only seen gold visible down about 3/4 of the way on there, and still have lots to go before I start to really get worried. As long as the tailings are clean. I'm going to keep going. I'm about halfway there. So I decided I'm going to knock it down to 2 loads. I don't want to take any chances. It's concentrates and it's kind of important, so let's have a little peek here. I can't even really see much, but I know what's in there. So I'm going to put this in a bucket, start over, finish the other half, and then I'm going to take out the blue mats and the grate and do it with just the under matting to finish it off, and then pan it. I'll be back. Alright, 2 o'clock. Doing pretty good time. Gonna run it once here with the rib matting. Nice and slow. Went from 3/4 of a bucket to 1/4 of a bucket. And we'll see what we can knock it down to now. Step, what, 2? Alright, we'll be back. Quick shout out and a thank you to Doc at Gold Hog Mats. I forgot to lower my clean out sluice angle, so I was blowing gold out the top, and luckily with that combination at the bottom for insurance, it caught pretty much everything. It's a shame I already dumped the pan into my bucket, but thank you, Doc. You just changed my mind from the other guys to you. All right, 4 o'clock. Sun's gonna be hitting the shadows there on the other side of the river now. About an hour until I get the shadows. Perfect timing. I knocked down 3/4 of a bucket down to 1/4. And it's a big bucket, mind you. But man, is this ever good stuff. Yeah, supper time and panning time. Let's get this done. Good morning. I believe it's Wednesday morning. It's going to be a rainy few days, but we're still going to get some work done. Have no choice. Weather is only weather. We'll see how much the river comes up again with all this rain that's coming, but I'm going to finish this section over here before I move up. Maybe in between those rocks. Right there. Just a little patch left to do, and then it'll be another big square. And then either move up to that one or up yonder. So time to fill the wheelbarrow, and I gotta do some reclamation here too. Might be a good time to do that. We'll see. See you soon. Good morning. It's like Thursday, I think. And yesterday was all rain. I got to work till about 2 o'clock. Got 2 loads washed out the box, and then it downpoured. So this morning I'm out here while the clouds have a slight break in it. I'm expecting it to start again real soon. So I'm gonna see how much I can get into the wheelbarrow loaded. If it doesn't rain, I'm gonna get going. So let's see how we do today. Good morning, welcome back. Today I'm gonna do a little panning video for you and show you how I'm panning out these concentrates. I'm almost done my bucket again. I seem to be doing a lot of panning, but that's okay. That's what it takes to finish this off. And it's really fine and delicate, so I'll show you how I do it, and let's do a quick little pan. One scoop. Usually I do two, but I'll make it faster. I'll just do one. So, 2 layers, brown sand, black sand. Gotta get these light moving rocks off the top first. Side to side. Gentle. Now I'm on the finer light brown dust. A little bit faster to get it out of there, but not moving the black sands. Okay, now we're down to black, mostly. It's brown on top still. One tap and pull it back until I see my first flake come down, which is right there, I guess. So anytime you dip or dunk the pan and empty it, you want to give this a second to drain the water out, otherwise it'll just flop down. So I let it sit there for a second. Okay, now I got my black sands, spread it out nice and flat, add some more water. Magnet in a baggie. So I don't touch it, I just want to let it pull up and out of the material. Yeah, gold. So, before I go dumping and tapping and doing all kinds of crazy stuff now, I'm going to take some of the gold out. Easy pickings right off the bat. I don't have to wait till the end. Squeeze it all up to the top. Suck it all in. Done. So, again, just like the top layer, take the brown, which is actually red now. Take the brown layer off first, and just slowly pan it out. Every time I see color, I use my thumb to sweep it back up, tap tap, and pull, and then slowly waves. pull. Usually it comes in the corners first, so push the corners up into the back. Tap and pull. So we're on day 4 of rain here, and should only be a couple more hours until it's finally over with. So that's why I'm panning again. And I figured, but since I'm almost done, and I kind of got the hang of it, I would show you guys, and girls, ladies and gents, unicorns and alligators, sharks and piranhas. So, as it gets down to this really fine stuff, I go side to side to flatten it out, and then keep pulling gently. Until I see color moving. Nothing's really moving yet. Side to side. Get it. Pull a bit. Tap, 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 tap. And a pull. So I've got a bunch of little black stones at the back corner. I'll do a little gentle swirl to get those out of the back. See? There they go. Only lost one little piece. Back in there. Tap, tap, pull. So every time I pull it away from the edge now, I'm leaving it room for that gold to go to when I tap it. Like that. And voila. Alright, so we're over here at this bedrock section that's way at the back of the bank, back of the hill. Came over here and did that test pan in the tub. Good flakes. Now, the ground's saturated because of rain, so I'm not going to dig on that side because gold will just fall down into the water. I'm going to take a little bit from here, start here anyway, excavate that crack and up, and then just see what it looks like underneath the top. Start working on this middle too, and wherever it's not flooding, and we'll get back to you later. This is our next spot. Alright, good Saturday morning. I am pretty tired of this rain. It's almost done, but it's not done. I'm pretty sick of it. It makes a guy grumpy sometimes after a week of rain and being wet and cold. I guess I better get used to it if it's gonna snow. So I'm gonna take, fill up one more wheelbarrow load, get the top layer off that back side of that bedrock. There was good flakes showing up at first. It's kind of hard to run up and down with the test pans here. So I'm just gonna fill up the load and we'll wash it and see what happens, and if there's reason to keep going, we'll keep going. And then after I fill up the wheelbarrow load, I've got to go find another paste streak down there where the water covered up where I was gonna go, but it could be absolutely anywhere between here and there, and everywhere between here and there. So we'll take a little walk around later after I get some work done and show you around. Figures as a drink. So I've got 3 areas cleaned out here. I'm gonna do a couple tests before I go down too deep. Test there, test that corner, test this back corner. Pretty much got off the top layer now. See if it's worth chasing down farther. I'll be back. So far the verdict is not so good. 2 little quarter buckets to test those 2 spots, and I didn't see much color. We'll have to wash these loads here that I've got built up and see if anything comes out of it before I go any farther. We'll call it a test. And the good news is my partner's on the way with the boat and I get some supplies. Yay! So back to work till he gets here. Bye. So last week when the river came up, I came down here and I worked this spot for a day. There's 2 wheelbarrow loads taken from there. Did some tests there, and there's some flakes under that big rock, but it tails off into this sand right quick because of the water action. So I just did a couple minutes of moving some sand and getting down to the gravel underneath that silt layer. Did a test. Obviously can't work it because the water's too high, but when I do, there's good colors showing up down there. So I think I'll just shovel some sand here for a little bit. Prep the area.